Believe me, I feel your frustration. You've been told from your friends your top of swing position is not ideal and it's resulting in poor downswings. Or you've been filming yourself and you see that poor top of swing position. Whether you get too across the line over here or you get the club too laid off over here, either scenario can result in a poor downswing, not giving you the best outcome. I'm going to show you some very easy and simple drills and thoughts and ideas on how to improve that top of swing position to help ultimately better your downswing and your impact and get better results. And before I forget, I offer you a free swing analysis. All you need to do, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Doesn't get any easier than that. You'll see down below in the first pinned comment is a link to my website. Fill out the little contact form, send it back to me, and I'll tell you how you and I today can get started on your free swing analysis. We do, though, need to know and understand why we are getting into those poor top of swing positions. Typically, what's happening, scenario A, let's say, when that club gets across the line at the top, and for a right-handed golfer, where that club points too far over here to like right field, let's say, often it can happen from these scenarios. Either you are taking the club out and away from you where it's instantly off plane, and then from here, as you've done this and you've essentially lifted your arms and club to this point with basically no turn of your body, then what you do in an effort or an attempt to get to the top, you now start incorporating some turn, a late turn I typically call it, and then from here you kind of turn around yourself and now this club is pointed over here to right field. That's scenario A, or scenario 1. The second scenario would be where the club simply gets pulled too far behind you, too under the plane immediately, and then from there, what I kind of term is a symmetrical type of position, meaning when this shaft here is basically pointed out to right field, too far behind me, from here, as I then lift and turn to the top, this club is now in a very symmetrical or even or similar type of position, nonetheless, pointed way over here to right field. Now, when that's the case, when that club gets too far across the line, it's often affecting the downswing because from here, again, two things could typically happen. I could either unwind and throw my hands and arms and club too far out in front of me and ultimately cut across the ball and hit a slice or a pull to the left, or the club is over here like this, and then as I attempt to shallow the club, I get it too far stuck behind me, you could say. Again, this shaft is pointed way too far out to right field, and now I'm swinging far too much from inside out. I could hit it thin, I could hit it fat, I could hit blocks to the right, I could close the face down, hit some big smother hooks. Either scenario, not ideal. Conversely, those of you that get set to the top in too late off of a position, that can happen from a multitude of different ways as well. Same thing, you could be going out here like this, the club is immediately off plane, then you turn to the top, the turn is a little insufficient, your hands and arms are set kind of low, but now this club is pointed way over here to left field. The other scenario, same thing, I could just pull it way in behind me, and then from here lift the arms to the top, and there I am there, again laid off. There's many, many different ways and scenarios that a club can get into a faulty top of swing position. So that's why I always encourage in my YouTube videos where I offer the free swing analysis, let me take a look at your swing. Let's determine why you are not set to the top properly. Let's fix your takeaway, your backswing. Let's improve that so that you can get better at the top so you have a better chance coming down. So now that you know and understand typically why those poor top of swing positions happen, there's one very simple, easy thought or visual I've given to my students for almost 35 years now, and that is simply this: wave goodbye. Now, what I mean by that is this. For those of you that get set to the top in a across the line top of swing position, you are essentially waving goodbye with your right hand and palm that's basically facing the camera right now. When I refer to wave goodbye, I'm referring to waving goodbye to somebody in front of me like this here, you, the viewer. If I'm set here in my address position and I swing to the top and I get myself into a very on-plane scenario working back and I hinge properly and get set to the top beautifully, I am in that wave goodbye position to you. Not the scenario where I just showed where the club at the top is too across the line this way and I'm basically waving goodbye at somebody over there. That's not what I'm referring to. So if you can feel like someone is in front of you there and you are simply going to wave goodbye to them, this right arm is in a very, very good position. And typically, not always, but typically, your top of swing position is pretty good. Because let's say you were somebody that had the club too laid off, like this here. A lot of times, the laid off player has this right elbow tucked in really tight to the ribs. From here, this is not really a wave goodbye position. I mean, the example I give, when you wave goodbye, it's like you're waving goodbye to the kids at the bus stop or something. Your arm is out and away from you. It has this right angle here. You know, nobody waves goodbye like this, where their elbow is real tight to the body. Nobody does that. So when you're here and you just wave goodbye, more than likely you're in a very good position. Now, when you see that from the down the line view and you get set to the top, it would look like this. Now, yes, there can be some instances where I'm at the top and it has to do with my wrist angles as to ultimately where the club is pointed. I might be in a good wave goodbye position here, but if I start to get my wrist angles in funny positions, yes, I can alter the club that way too. But what I always talk about with my students is I want you to video your swings. I want you to know your swing, your tendencies, good, bad, or indifferent, to know your swing, inside out, upside down, forwards, backwards, so that you know what you need to work on to help better your overall game. One last little thing about the wave goodbye analogy. It is relatively in this position. However, this right arm may get a little retracted behind me a little bit. That's fine. But I am nonetheless, more or less, waving goodbye to somebody in front of me. Whether this arm is here or it's a little retracted behind me, I am in a very good position in comparison to, again, very laid off, where the right arm is typically tucked in tight to my ribs, or where I get too across the line. And now from here, essentially I'm facing with my right palm in this direction. Give that little wave goodbye a chance. I'm sure it's going to help. Now, I want to show you a couple very simple little drills to help better your top of swing position. So for those of you that get too across the line, where your club is too over here like this, a very easy little feel and visual is this wall drill. Now, what I would do for safety reasons, so you don't, potentially put a hole in your wall, just take your club, simply flip it upside down, so you're gripping, down here near the hosel here, but get yourself positioned where you're starting in about this halfway back position. The shaft is parallel to the ground. Have your head that is fairly close, or if not right against the wall. And then from here, as you start from this position and you turn to the top, what you want to be able to do is feel like your club is the polar opposite. It is away from the wall. So from here, instead of getting to the top and this club over here like this, I want you to feel like your club is away, as far away from the wall as you can get it. So when you swing to the top, you work up over here like this. Your hands and arms are set pretty good. You've got this elbow elevated a bit from your ribs. You're in a pretty darn good wave goodbye position to this wall here. And notice how I got the club that is as far as I can feel that it is away from the wall. And I would rehearse this many, many times. So again, I've got my head pretty close to the wall, or perhaps touching the wall. Then from there, as I start in this position and I turn to the top, I'm trying to get that, in this case, butt end of the grip as far away from the wall as I possibly can, but still have my arms elevated into that wave goodbye position. And then for those of you that are too laid off, again, the polar opposite. This time we want, in this case, the butt end of the grip to actually touch the wall. When you do A, you need to literally do Z for your changes or for your drills. You need to be able to make that adjustment. And if it feels a little awkward in the beginning or a little funny or weird, good, because you will then know that you're actually doing something. You're making a change. You're doing A, we're going to start to do a little bit of Z. So from this position here, same thing. My head is basically against the wall. Now from here, as I swing to the top, good turn. I want to now feel that club, or in this case, the butt end of the grip, touch the wall. I'm purposely getting it a little across the line along with this right arm in that pretty darn good wave goodbye position. Simply put, if you're laid off, let's get the club as a drill across the line. If you're too across the line for a drill, let's get it purposely laid off. So if you want to finally wave goodbye to faulty top of swing positions, try these little drills, give that thought or concept with wave goodbye a chance, and I know it will help improve your top of swing position. It'll help better your downswing, get you more on plane, and start hitting some solid shots and lowering those scores. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and leave some comments on how these have helped your game, and those comments can often help other golfers when they read the comments. Thanks for watching.